Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and if you haven't hit subscribe already, please do so you can keep up with the latest videos. So today's video is about breathing space exercise. Now this is one of the exercises taught in many mindfulness interventions, and I personally think this is a very good exercise to use in a very practical way. You can use this exercise when you are doing your normal everyday tasks. So you could do it when you're at work, you could do it when you're busy doing house chores and you're feeling really tired, you're feeling really anxious, or you can do it when you're in a conflicting situation or anything like that. Now, the purpose of breathing space exercise is to be mindful and present, firstly, and to set an intention. So once you have an intention of being mindful and present, then you can start observing your breath. And once you start observing your breath, it's all about becoming aware of the thoughts and feelings going on inside you in that stressful situation. So there are three different intentions to, or the purpose to this meditation or to this exercise. And they're very simple. They all combine into mindfulness. Now, how do you do this exercise? It's very simple. Firstly, you need to be in a comfortable position. If you're standing, that's completely fine. You can do this while you're standing or moving, or you can do it while you're seated on a chair or seated on the floor, whatever is comfortable for you. Once you've done that, all you need to do is either close your eyes or you can gaze softly on the floor. Now, the reason why you do this is because you want to deprive yourself of all the sensory information that's coming in. So I would suggest that you close your eyes if you can, but if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, or if you're in a very difficult situation where you can't close your eyes, where you're having a conversation with someone or you're sitting in a meeting, for example, so you can't close your eyes. So it would be nice to softly gaze at the floor or gaze down below where you can't take any more sensory information in. And that is the second step. Then what you do is just simply observe your breath. Once you start observing your breath, you will realize exactly how you're feeling, because your breath is a signaling kind of a mechanism that tells you how you feel. And once you start observing it, do not control it. Just sit there and observe your breath for a few minutes. If you don't have a few minutes, you can just do it for 15 seconds. So observe your breath for 15 seconds, every inhale and every exhale. Once you start doing that, if your eyes are closed, then you will be able to feel other sensations in other parts of your body. You can either do that, or if you're gazing down below, then you might be able to feel your feet on the floor. So what you can do is start from your feet, which are slightly on the floor, and you can start focusing on the sensation between your feet and the floor and what it feels like on your feet. And this really helps you to ground yourself a little bit before you actually become more aware of how you're feeling in that stressful situation. Once you start doing that, all you need to do is just observe your breath, and from the bottom of your feet, as you can feel those sensations, you can start focusing on other sensations in your body that feel a bit similar. Once you start doing that, if your eyes are closed, then you can also start observing the sounds around you. And once you take in those sounds, you will start focusing on how you're really feeling in that moment. So you're taking all the information as well as what's going on inside of you, and you're slowly expanding your awareness in that situation. Once you start expanding your awareness in that situation, you start accepting exactly how you're feeling. You start taking in all the sensory information and start becoming objective. And the way you become objective is to not attach yourself to this information that you're taking in or the things you're becoming aware of. So you're not attaching yourself to it, and you're not ignoring or avoiding it. You're just being aware of it. You're just observing it simply in that environment. So for an example, you could be in a meeting where you're just sitting there, people are talking, there's a lot of conflicting information passing around in the meeting, and you're there in your chair and you're feeling really stressed out. You're really trying to control what you want to say, and you're really trying to control from flipping out or something like that. So what you could do is just slowly gaze down on the floor, start observing your breath, feel the sensations in your feet, which are on the floor, and then start feeling other bodily sensation and simply observe it. Observe it like a river flowing. You can start with observing your breath if you like, but if you think observing your breath is just too much for you in that moment, just observe the sensations in your body. And as you observe that, observe all the sounds around you. If your eyes are open, observe the color of the desk that you're looking at. Make sure that you're really taking in that information while observing your breath or observing your bodily sensation. The association between the external and the internal is really important because you're expanding your awareness and you're taking in all that information and remaining objective. And while you take that information in, you want to tell yourself, this is how I feel, and it is okay to feel that way. It is all going to pass. And once you do that, you will realize that you're able to be more objective towards that information. Now, the one thing that it does for you, this exercise, is that it allows you to not create a very negative memory of that information. So when you're taking in that information, you're being objective towards it. That means the information or the memory that you're creating is an objective one, a neutral one. It's not a negative one. So you're breaking the pattern of feeling negative in that situation. This could also be used when you're having an argument with someone or when you have the same kind of argument with people in your life. And that same kind of argument, you will give the same response and they will then come back to you with the same thing they always do. And it's like a cycle sometimes. So you want to break that cycle, and breathing space exercise really helps you to break cycles and take in information differently by just giving yourself 3 minutes or 5 minutes. I would suggest that you do this exercise for 5 minutes, but if you don't have 5 minutes, that's completely fine. If you're in the middle of something, you can just do this exercise for 3 minutes, and that's just 3 minutes to break a pattern. And if you take those 3 minutes and you take the time to observe and expand your awareness and be objective towards whatever it is, you will start realizing what your intention is in that moment. And that's the most important thing, is to get down to your deeper intention. Because a lot of the times when we argue with people or when we're in conflicting or stressful situations, our body sees it as a stress response. What you want to do is you want to make it look like that's a normal situation. You want your body to think and your mind to think that's a normal situation. It's not a stressful situation. And once you see it as a normal situation, a neutral situation, you will be able to break your old patterns and you will be able to see different perspectives in that situation. And when you see those different perspectives, you will be able to respond in a different way and break that pattern. So I hope this little exercise, you can try it when you want. I will soon be uploading more audio guided meditation audios, and this will be one of those. So I will share the link in future when I do that, maybe in end of July, beginning of August time, and I will share more links on that in my YouTube description boxes. So I hope you can try this little exercise and I hope that it helps you. I think we already do this exercise, but it would be nice to consciously try it. I would say do it at least 2 to 3 times a day, even if you're not in a stressful situation, and make sure you let me know how it goes. So if you have any questions or comments, do put it down in the comment section below, and all my details are in the description box. So do get in touch with me if you need anything else at all. Take care and have a great week ahead.